Let's welcome our rising queen, Uzma Raheel. Welcome, Uzma. One second, let me stop sharing my screen and I will keep you in the highlight. Can you just
Hello,
unmute
bye.
yourself?
Hello, everyone. Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you all fine, nice and clear.
Hello, everyone. It was so exciting. Thank you, Sahil, bye, for having me here. Thank
No
you, guys.
problem.
Welcome,
Let me
welcome,
give you a
welcome. Yes.
spotlight. Removed pin. Okay, you are in the spotlight. Let me put you in the side by side. Add spotlight, replace. Yeah, there you go. Cool. Thank you so much,
Perfect.
Uzma, for giving your time and all this. Anybody who has specific questions for Uzma, do let us know in the chat. I will be asking some of the questions, some of the limiting beliefs or the things that she had in her before joining our coaching program. What was she going through? In condensed form, Uzma, as we want to keep it as short as possible for other people as well, so that they can get maximum value out of it. Let me put that on the side. Hold on. I'm going to put you in the side by side. How would I do that? Gallery side, hide yourself, immersive. Anybody know how can I put that in your side? Let me remove pin myself. Okay, meanwhile, I handle this. We will still start. I'm going to be going through that. That's fine on the back end. So, Uzma, tell us first, like, when did you exactly start? Where were you before starting? And what motivated you to take this decision? Because that was not a small decision that you took, the biggest investment that you did. So, what were your reasons?
So I can literally go back. I think it was literally this time of 2021 when I was literally looking to get promotion at my work, but at the same time, I had 1-year-old son at home, right? And for me, I was first sending him to daycare, but he kept getting sick. And I have shared it a few times earlier that I lost my first child because I was working at a retail store and lifting all the heavy objects. I ended up losing my first child. Then when I became a mother, it was really difficult for me to, do all those things. And by going to job and, sending my son to daycare, and he kept getting sick all the time. Like every time he was getting skin infections. And there was this one day that was literally a day when you feel like this is the end of the time. I'm not gonna even think about it because Brian got chickenpox, and I called my store and I told them my son got chickenpox. I won't be able to come to store for the next 2 weeks. And the answer was, can you submit the medical reports? You still have to come before you even submit the reports. And for the next 2 minutes, I was literally on the call and the manager was saying, hello, hello. And I was like, that feeling like I'm telling you, my 5 months old son got chickenpox and you telling me I have to come to work. Like, how can I even do that? So at that point, I was like, okay, I'm done. I need to find something else, no matter what. And when he was about a year old, that was a time when I had some little help from relatives that he were helping me, but of course everyone is busy in their life, so they were like, okay, we cannot help you anymore. So I was like, okay, this is the end. I have to find something else. And I literally came to home. I was watching all those affiliate marketing videos from TikTok. At that time, it was like on TikTok everywhere else was affiliate marketing. So I was like, okay, you know what? I have to do something. Like, it's done. And that was the time I actually invested in high ticket affiliate marketing. And the 3 months into that, it was almost the same thing. I knew that I'm going to sell something. This is the offer and all that part. But somewhere inside me, there was a person who loves to teach, because when I was back in my country, I used to teach my cousins, English, teaching them English, bio, and all that stuff. So that's when I joined you, because I've been watching you from November 2021. And I remember there was a Black Friday offer you gave at that time. And I was reading all this and like, nah, I think it's not for me at this point. And I even sent you a message, but of course that was not for me. So I never get a chance to even talk to you. So in the January, I was like, okay, this is done. I need to step up. I was still working part-time, and when I joined in January, after almost 2 months, I was able to quit my job. That was the first big motive I ever started with, to quit my job, to be home with my son. And finally, I'm here sitting on my computer and Ryan keeps playing around. And I think this is the best feeling ever for every mother out there who feels like she cannot do it. She has kids. Even this is this is something that happened to me almost 2 weeks ago. A person reached out to me. She sent me some messages. She said she was interested in coaching program and all that. And even before I gave her a response back, she sent me another message saying, you know what, Uzma, never mind. I have a toddler at home. I don't think I can do it. And when I saw her message, I instantly responded her back. I said, hey, I don't care if you join or no. It does not matter if you join me or she join another person. But the thing that you said that you cannot do it with your toddler, let me tell you something. And I shared my story. I sent some of my pictures. And then I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna stop now. I'm gonna do it. So of course now I'm working on one big goal, which is to buy my house. And I know I'm gonna be doing it soon.
Absolutely. That's a real example of impact, Uzma, that you didn't care about sale and you're like, let me tell you how it is possible. And you're giving them now a new belief pattern that they might have like it. It's like sometimes somebody tell you something and you're like all shook from inside. It's like, what? Like somebody tell you that it is possible to make 100K a month, and you'll be like, I'm like, Sahil, I'm gonna be making that. You have this kind of thing. Like, are you talking about me?
Yeah, I remember in January, you gave us this goal of making 5,000 in 2 weeks. And me and Raju were started laughing like, oh, it's not gonna even happen. 5,000 in 2 weeks? No way. But it actually happened.
That's a beauty about it. Yes, Isma. It's literally people who are listening to it. That's what doesn't matter who you go with. Like, first find your coaches, like who you are resonating more. Like Uzma, she shared her story now with the other person who was a leader prospect. She's gonna be having that now connection with Uzma. Like Uzma understood me. It doesn't matter if the sale happens or not, but she's gonna be a raving fan. Uzma is gonna be an admirer for that person. That is, and in the back in mind, Uzma, you even didn't, I think, maybe realize or not, but you might have shook her completely.
Yeah.
Like, is it possible to do a business with a toddler? How many people here, how many moms here are who are here who has the same story like Uzma? I want to know that. How many moms are we have in the comments, even in the general? I'm seeing Nurina is one of them. Yeah. When you believe that, when you get this, I remember when I heard this thing, it is very simple to make $10,000 a month. I was like, 10,000. I started comparing who are my friends making 10,000, and I only got answer in Canada that these truckers and all these drivers are making $10,000 a month. And I was like, one day I will also make $10,000 a month. Just somebody installed that belief in me. I started borrowing, I started working towards it, and one day it happened.
Yes.
And that's powerful.
I remember, just wanted to share this one. I remember when I started coaching in the month of February, I was giving all these coaching calls. I used to start the coaching session around 11 or 12 p.m., 11 a.m. or 12 p.m. because normally Jan was sleeping at that time. And multiple times used to happen that when I was on the call, he woke up. Because I'm talking, of course, there's noise in the home. And I used to just tell my clients, they were normally women. And of course, they understand that, okay, she's having a kid and all. I used to tell them, hey, you know what? I'm going to give you this task and it's going to take you guys 10 minutes to do. And I'm going to go and see her. And while I'm coming back, he's in my lap. And I did this 10 days live challenge in the month of March. And on 2 days, he literally slapped my face.
The challenge you're saying?
Everyone was laughing. Yes, I was doing that challenge. And it was like, oh, wow. And after that, like, even I was feeling, oh, what's happening? You know, we get this thing, oh, what's happening? What they're going to think. But after that, like, I was even getting messages from people saying, oh, you know what? The way you had your baby in your lap and he was pulling your hair and you were still trying to, talk to your audience, you're still delivering your message. It's making us feel like our problems are very small. Why are we doing all those objections? You are still talking, right? So I was like, you know what? Sometimes I feel like we and the other people sitting in front of us, we have the same problem, but only we need one person to start talking about it or start saying that, you know what, this is what it is. And the other, when they see that, oh, this person did that, they start taking actions automatically.
Absolutely, 100% right on that. Deepthi said that, yes, happens with me too as well. It's a common story, but like I love Uzma's, I think she made it happen so quickly, even after managing, huge round of applause for her. Literally, she deserves that. I've seen the days where she's down. I've seen the days where she's like, she's like super excited. She's like, this month we're gonna be doing this and all that. And that's it's like a lifelong or more than a client or coach relationship. We had some, and it's never always been right. Some days we have seen where like, Uzma, do this. She's like, no, like do this. There are some things I'm saying this. Don't you believe me? Like, yeah, but I have this. These things happened.
Yes.
But again, she made it happen. That's what is important. Being a mom, being all these conditions, my situation is different from her. Like she has a different story. Now, anybody who resonate with her story, has any doubt, if you believe Uzma is the right person, go get her coaching. Literally, I'm saying from, because I can proudly say this, she's gonna over deliver. Whenever I produce, in short, I say, sometimes people say the Sahil, one Parthiv Shah sir, they always say, Sahil, you are producing more Sahils like you. I believe that they are gonna be ethical. They are gonna be right people who will take you to where you want to be. So if anybody resonate with, feel free to reach out to her. Feel free to get connect. Just have a talk with her sometime. You never know. Maybe you are struggling. You are having these issues, family issues, your life. You have a toddler, all that. It's nothing wrong, nothing bad in it. Talking with a person who has already done it. This is what I used to do. I used to connect myself with next level people intentionally because I was like, I want to be reaching at their stage. One day I will be making 100K as well. I'll be making multiple six figures, 1 million and all that. So I intentionally connect with myself to these people. So feel free to do that. And Uzma, what is your, I would say, biggest lesson or advices to people that you want to give, that you are also a coach, you have hearing from people giving excuses, just like that example. She could have, if you wouldn't have addressed that problem, she could have just go. She might not even share that problem if you wouldn't have asked this, but you asked, you went an extra step. What are the lessons or advices you will give to the people who are holding themselves, having limiting beliefs, all the reasons that why they should be taking action, why they should be doing something, doesn't matter with me, you, or anybody else in the world? What would you say? What's your conclusion on that?
But I always say this thing that it's always less of strategies and it's always more of mindset. When I really, I think I have learned this thing from you, where you always keep on saying that, do you really want it? Even many times I have sent you this message that, by I'm feeling this, I'm feeling that. If I do you really want it, right? So I think that whenever we are getting a limiting belief, we feel like, oh, I won't be able to do it. Only ask yourself one big question, which is, do I want to do it or no? That's it. That's only start from the decision. If you are making the one big decision that I want to do it, right? And whatever it's gonna take, am I ready to do it or no? Never complicate the kind of questions we ask ourselves. Do I really want to do it? Yes or no? There's no maybe. Yes, I want to do it. Am I ready to do everything it takes to make it happen? Yes or no? If the answer is no, then no need to worry, just switch on the television and enjoy yourself, right? But if the answer is yes, then just do it, right? It's gonna be bad, it's gonna be worse. I remember the time you told me that, stop closing the deals on DM, start going on the calls, and I send you this message that, why I feel like I'm gonna fail, and your answer was yes, you are going to fail. Because when you know in your mind that, okay, I am going to fail in the first 10 calls, and the 11th, 12th, 14th, 15th, they will be amazing. You already tell yourself, okay, this is what's going to happen, and I accepted it already. When you accept it already, you don't feel demotivated.
True.
Right? And now there can, of course, there's different kind of, limiting belief when it comes, especially when I'm coming from my story as being a mother. I feel like the most common limiting belief a mother gets is she won't be able to handle her time. She won't be able to manage her time when she has kitchen to handle, when she has laundry to do, when she has other stuff to do. I think the way I handled it, I won't say it's perfect. Nothing is perfect, of course. I still feel some days when I feel like, oh, it's overwhelming. I have so much to do. But I feel if you keep an eye for 1 week, one whole week on the schedule, exactly, like make it a planner in the form of what I'm exactly doing at 9, between 9 to 10, what I'm exactly doing between 10 to 11. Most of the time we find ourselves scrolling the news feeds. We find ourselves watching television, just standing in the kitchen and waiting for the food to get cooked. I have literally told my clients, told them that They will tell me, oh, I won't be able to make comments, I won't be able to reply back to my people and all that. I'm like, okay, when you are cooking in the kitchen, do you have cell phone in your hand? They'll be like, yeah, many times. What do you do? Nothing, like watching YouTube, watching TikTok. How about you start replying to people at that time? So I think it's all in our head. But when we actually make up the mind that I am going to find a solution, and you start connecting those wires, you find a solution.
It's about how badly you want it.
Yes.
Amazing. Amazing. So many cold nuggets here, so many takeaways for people who are limiting themselves, who are giving themselves a reason not to take action. As I said, go with who you really resonate with, who you believe in. Your life will be changing. I can guarantee you. Take it as a resolution that I'm going to be starting this year, and next year I won't going to be suffering from all this thing. Uzma had issues where she had to take a request for a day off for her son's chickenpox thing. Like, imagine, I remember when I felt guilty, or I felt very bad when I had to take a day off on my birthday. I was like, this is a special day of my life. This is a one day in my year. And every time I had to make excuses. Like, what should I do? If I say this, they will be like, I know it's your birthday, so don't make excuses. My boss will gonna say me stuff like that. On January 27th, I quit my job. 4th February was my last day at work, or 7th February, and 10th February was my birthday. I remember that feeling still. I was telling my dad, I was like, it's a feeling of like a king or a bacha. I don't have to request for a day off because it's my special day. I can take 2 days of my work, 3 days of my work. I don't need to work. And all I have to do is go to Calendly app and clear my schedule. That's all you need to do. Just delete. It's done. You got your full day of freedom. The life literally can be, it will change if you really work with someone. If go more, I would say, work more closely with people instead of buying courses and all. Nothing bad against, if you want to develop some skill, buy some courses. But if you want to get some transformation in your life and business, invest in real people, and invest in people who you believe that can help me at this stage. Go with that, and always go in the steps. Don't try to invest in a 7-8 figure person at this point when you are just trying too hard to make your first $10,000. That person won't be able to understand, and you won't be able to get their access to those people very closely. Yeah.
Can I add 2 things? They were coming in my mind if we have time.
Sure.
So one thing that was coming in my mind was, I feel like many times it's happened, people invest in a program or a coaching program, and whenever they feel little low or they feel little demotivated, they kind of step back. They kind of try to be backbenchers and hide them in some curtains. I feel I got this example, of course, from being a mother. Whenever as a mother, we see our baby is not doing well, he got fever or something. Normally every single night that baby is sleeping, right? But when he's not doing well, we take an extra step. We actually wake up for him all through the night. It means when things are not working out, instead of stepping back, we need to step up, take one more step. And I think this is actually beautiful. But sometimes I feel like I just bug you a lot. But every time I feel even a simple thing is happening with me, I'm like, you know what? It's time to reach to the coach. It's time to tell Sahil, this is what's happening. So I think whoever you have invested in and whoever you believe in, reach out to that person whenever you're feeling low. It's not the time to step back. That is the perfect time to take the first in the step toward that person. He understands because he or she has been there multiple times. And second thing, I have seen literally days, in fact, multiple days in a row crying, and you know that why very well, right? Multiple days crying, multiple days when I feel like I'm gonna quit, I'm not gonna do it, or even months where I'm not even generating the kind of revenue I was looking forward to. But there was only one thing that always is in my mind, like, no matter what, you can cry all night, but when you wake up in the morning, do the same things again. That's it. Our heart gets, heavy, our mind gets heavy, but just make sure that this is part of life. In every life, like any relation we have with our parents, we have with our siblings, even we get in fight with our parents, right? We have bad moods, but we start crying, we sleep, and in the morning we'll be like hugging our parents again, hugging our mom again, because we need them. So it's the same thing. Start hugging your business the same way you hug your relations, because no matter how you cry, this is what you need, this is what going to help you get those dreams, do it again, no matter what.
That's so beautiful. That's so deep, Uzma. Literally. I literally love the last thing, both the things that you said. It's stepping up. That thing is beautiful. When a lot of time we feel like, yeah, we its program is not working, coaching is not working, this is not for me, without even discussing it
Yeah.
with your coach or a mentor. Yeah, this is. I remember when you told me at FHL that sometimes your husband make fun. Any situation comes, he's like, "Ask Sahil bhai to puch la." but
Yes.
so this is a beautiful relation. I love this thing. It's beyond money and all that stuff. Literally, it's like you are
Yeah.
being a integral part of someone else's life indirectly. I met Uzma, her husband as well, her kid as well. That's something a priceless thing. Absolutely. Uzma, thank you so much
Yeah.
for
My
this. Yeah, you want to say something else?
No, I was just saying the same thing. Like my husband, every time I'm like, you know what, I'm thinking this, and like, did you did you talk to Sahil bhai before taking the decision?
Yes,
Because I'm gonna tell you everything.
literally. That's why I said before in the VIP session, I sometimes I feel like I'm babysitting Uzma, but in a good way. I like glad she
Yeah.
is not a being like saying, Sahil bhai, I'm ending. She has said this to sometimes. He was like, Sahil bhai, I'm quitting this or I want to go this. I was like, when a person comes with a neutral mindset outside, because she is going through all that struggle, and in business not all the days are blue moon days. You have days where you feel low, no income, no revenue, no client results, nothing else, and you feel like I'm quitting up. At that time, if you step up, you talk to that, and you clear that thing with the person, you borrow new belief, you go to the bed crying, even next day you are waking up with a fresh mind, then you know that it's everything was a temporary feeling that you had at that last night. You might have felt
Yes.
sometimes, I'm sure.
Yes.
And sometimes he intentionally says this to me, Salbhai, I will talk to you in the morning, or we will discuss about next time, because she's having that kind of now in a different mental stage. And I'm like, cool, we will connect back in the morning. So that's a power of working with someone. Again, work with only person who you are resonating more, who you are feeling that person will be able to understand me better, so that so that they can help you to achieve where you really want to go. All right, Uzma, thank you so much once again. I hope it was helpful and valuable for other people. Any questions that you have, feel free to drop, and Uzma will be commenting. If you have time, Uzma, you can comment, or you can answer later as well in the comment general admission. Who got the goosebumps there? Who got the literally? It's possible that you're borrowing belief that if Uzma can do it, we can do it as well. Who here wants to make it that next month or next year I'm gonna be hitting my 100K? Who here promise to yourself? Promise here even. Make a post, declare it to the world. You will see. There is a big secret behind how I do some events and all that, achieve my goals. Big secret is like I just declare it to the world. Said, even if you see, go back to my post, you will see I have said it in I have made a post even that I will crack my 2 comma club before 2023, and I wrote this thing down in 2020. At that time, I will crack my 2 comma club award by 2023, and it is getting so close to it right now. I'll make it happen. And anything, even launching an offer, launching a 5-day challenge, anything that is there, you can promise it to yourself first, believe in it, find a person who can help you do it, and declare it to the world. Just work towards it. No way you can't achieve it. No way. Uzma is no different. I'm no different. Anyone here. It's just because we have done it. We have been there. We have took the right help. And that's why we are here.